All right, and we are back with a new episode of Real in the Field. Thank you, as always, to Blake Means and Name Taken for the theme music. And thank you to the Philadelphia Eagles, your Super Bowl 59 winners. They delivered an ass whooping.
It was a clinic.
Their defense put on a clinic. Holy moly.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely awesome to watch on defense.
It was what, it's what every D coordinator, I'm sure, dreams of just like shutting down one of the best offenses in the league, one of the best quarterbacks, arguably, in the league.
6 sacks, no blitzing. Your front four got after it.
Yeah.
They stopped the run. The Chiefs abandoned the run right off the bat. The run was a non-factor.
It was a non, yeah.
Then they had Mahomes all over the place. They played great zone behind it, mixed in a little bit of man, but mainly running some zone. Matched up a couple things here and there, dude. They locked that shit down. Just
manhandled. Every dude up against whoever they were going up against, just manhandled their dude. You're talking. These are grown men being tossed around. It's just it was so hard to believe that was what we were witnessing. There wasn't anything. It didn't seem like anything special. It was just dudes going up each other.
No, it was just the physicality. The Chiefs tired. They looked unenthused to be there.
Yeah.
An emotional dump or something. I don't know. There was something that looked off.
Yeah.
But I think they got punched in the face.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of so what now?
Yeah.
And they didn't have an answer.
Not an answer to anything that the Eagles were throwing at them. Patrick Mahomes looked like he was frazzled every single play. We talked about that going into it, that if you can get him running, if you can get him uncomfortable and make him beat you with his arm,
that's not the arm and the legs, just the arm, you'd be fine. You'd be okay.
On those plays where he did scramble a little bit, he was making mistakes. He just was uncomfortable.
Throwing picks.
Oh my God. How many turnovers in total? He had a pick six. He had a strip sack fumble.
A normal pick.
Yeah. It felt like he could not get anything going. Everything that he was throwing was just off. Have you ever had those days? I don't know if you've it's mostly glaring. If you've ever played softball, I don't know if you've ever played adult league softball. You get into this you can't throw the ball well. It's just you have no control of where it goes.
That's why I stopped playing baseball my sophomore year in high school. I could not throw from third to first. I was like, I'm done with this shit. So yes, I do know how Patrick Mahomes feels.
It is a weird feeling of not having control of something that you had so much control of previously, where you can put it if you put a popsicle stick on top of something that would hold it upright, you could hit that popsicle stick 9 out of 10 times, and then all of a sudden you're missing by 6 feet, 8 feet, 10 feet. I felt like that's what was going on with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
He just had a case of the
yips.
The yips.
Well, I haven't seen him play that bad since the last Super Bowl they lost against Tom Brady and the Bucs.
Yeah, 100%.
But the game was almost a mirror image of one another, where the Bucs back then, the Bucs D-line got after him.
Yeah.
They played zone behind it. They did very well. Tom picked him apart, took his time, did his thing. I just felt like it was the same, almost the same recipe.
The blueprint.
The blueprint was there.
Out,
and he didn't have an answer. I'm a little surprised Andy Reid didn't have an answer. But it could have been a rhythm thing. He just couldn't get in rhythm. But yeah, he just looked off. He looked human.
Yeah,
he looked.
He did. He very much looked like a beatable quarterback when he never. This was just the extreme in the opposite direction. It's not even like Kansas City was in it and then he just came up short. This was a complete ass kicking, and he was just nowhere to be found.
They didn't get in the Phillies territory,
right,
crossing the 50, and you're going in to score until 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
Good Lord, that is for an offense that maybe had some slow first halves, that is unreal to just not even get into that territory.
Yeah. And then even when they did score, it was garbage time, a little bit of mop up
right
time. You could tell the Philly took their foot off the gas. It's like, dude, game's over. Like, whatever. No big deal.
God. I don't want to fast forward to like, to the end of like pulling starters. I don't know if that's ever happened in Super Bowl history, but you're pulling your starters and putting in your second string to end. That is bizarre. But okay, going back to Kansas City, their offense was just like stagnant. Travis Kelce couldn't get anything going.
2 drops right off the bat.
Yeah, 2 drops. And it happens. Like, I guess with that least amount of like opportunities, you those are like really glaring in hindsight, but still 2 drops.
But any drop kind of, again, the rhythm, the flow,
right.
It's a little deflating where you're like, oh, fuck, a drop.
Just adds,
God, another one.
It adds on top of it.
Just like, geez. So yeah, man, they struggled. They did not look good. Like plain and simple. Off night, or Eagles played well. Like all that was a factor.
Yeah.
But one thing I want to point out: how about the Eagles' offensive line?
Those guys are monsters. Yeah,
huge.
Yeah.
Huge. Well, the average was like 6'6", 338 or something like that.
Yeah.
Dude, I knew they were big.
Right.
And we said the fact in the last episode of how Saquon had the most yards without being touched.
Yeah.
Right. Wow.
You gotta, give a lot of credit, and a lot of that goes to that offensive line that they're like bulldozers that just push everybody out of the way. They gave Jalen Hurts like a ton of time. He, at some point he was scrambling a little bit, and you could see when it was like he made that split second decision to run. He was off. He'd slide and
he had tons of yards.
Everything was just going right for them. He so much so that when he was running, he didn't need just Saquon Barkley to develop the run. He was also developing the run himself.
Yeah,
and between him and Saquon Barkley, it just left the secondary just completely open.
Well, you could tell the Chiefs' defensive strategy was very much, we're going to run blitz. Let's get after him on first and second down. Let's stop Saquon. We're not going to let that guy beat us.
Right.
Understandable.
Yeah.
You watch film all year and you're saying, okay, we're not going to let the best running back beat us.
Yeah.
Dude, totally understand that.
Right.
But then, dude, Jalen just
He's
AJ Brown here.
He was picking apart the
Devontae
defense.
Smith there deep on that last, dude.
Oh my gosh, just throwing dimes, throwing it. Basket catch into the end zone, hitting his receivers in stride. He just was everything was just on the money. Even when he was throwing to like Saquon Barkley, All right, so Barkley, I thought he was going to have just go off, and they kept him to. I guess if you want like silver lining in any of this is. Saquon, they kept Saquon Barkley to 57 yards or something like that rushing. Combined yards, he had some passing or some receiving yards as well, but they, I guess, did their job there and contained them, but they missed the other rest of the whole game and what they were trying to do.
The rest of the team. Yeah. No, one of the parts I like, the refs seemed like they were a non-factor. That first PI call.
Oh, yeah, that one was like, oh, here we go. Is this what it's going to be?
Exactly. And then we even said it, the crowd's going to react.
Right.
And do the boos. And I think the rest were
the Boo Birds game, yeah.
The rest were like, fine.
I need to get out of New Orleans here.
Our bad. I don't know. Did you think that was a PI? Or an offensive PI?
No, I don't think so. It's so, I think it was a little ticky-tack. I think to call it that early too, I don't know.
It was like the first pass.
Yeah, it was I believe it was a fourth down play that had a big effect on like that whole series.
Yeah, it was too far for the tush push, and so he just took a shot.
But right.
I was okay with the ref calling it. Because when you watch the replay, AJ Brown does kind of hit. Well, they're kind of hand fighting normally, but he kind of pops the guy in the face. So that's the only reason why I was like, okay.
No, I get that. When you're, because one, you're blocking vision, and two, it's also illegal hands to the face. Like, all right, those are 2 infractions there that you maybe can't let go. If it's chest, if it's shoulder, if it's body. All right, I get that. So, all right, I'm okay with that. I didn't think of it from that angle. I just thought it was just. There wasn't as much of a push as much as it was just like contact, but to the face. That makes a big difference.
And
for
then
sure.
I was just kind of keeping track of the penalties, right? The Eagle PI, they had a holding. The Chiefs with 2 unnecessary roughness on Goddard when he dropped the pass.
Yeah.
And then he got hit from behind. That one was a little
ticky tack.
Yeah, but it was bang bang. There was unnecessary roughness on Saquon.
Yeah.
They were offsides. They had a holding penalty. Like, dude, the Chiefs got called. Like, they got called for stuff.
Called, but they also didn't get called for some things. Like, you could see there was some clear holding in there too. But I think in the end, when you just kind of do a tally of what was called, what wasn't, it was a lot of just let them play.
Yeah,
with the exception of those. But everything I think came out in the wash. It's what everybody was hoping for. And the best that you can say about a game that's not being, where there's penalties like that, is the game wasn't decided on penalties.
Agreed.
And it's just those dudes going up against the other dudes. And that's, really the best that you can ask for.
That's what everyone wanted.
If the refs can just be non-existent and just not be a conversation in the conversation, that's what you always want for every game.
Yeah.
Anytime that you have to bring refs into it because of a decision or indecision, it kind of makes you a little like, all right, you just don't like it. So having said all that, glad that the refs didn't play a part.
Yeah.
It was just seemingly like just teams going up against each other, trying to out scheme each other. And man, I can't believe I'm saying it, but like Andy Reid got out coached. The players really were.
He got out coached, and the players got out physicaled.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs have always had that somewhat finesse-y type, run and shoot. Let's get the ball out quick, right? Let's take a shot, Patrick. Do your little thing.
Yeah,
like they're not a downhill. We're gonna shove it down your throat or anything.
Yeah.
But they encountered a team that was ready to go.
That team was physical. Yeah.
Well, speaking of Mahomes, okay, everyone is now shitting on him.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not trying to shit on him.
Yeah.
But I'm glad is the GOAT conversation over? Right? Is he the Tom and him? We've compared them.
Yeah.
Like, is the GOAT conversation, if it's not over, is that at least a pause?
Yeah.
Can we put it on hold?
I think we can put a hiatus on the GOAT talk. I think that obviously a three-peat in a Super Bowl is like any team going to the Super Bowl. I don't think this one game erases all that history and what he's done, because he's built, like it or not, refs or not, the scoreboards show 2 Super Bowls and almost a third one, plus some. So I don't think it erases that completely. I think we can put a pause, a hold on the whole GOAT talk for the moment, but it's still, he's still in that that pantheon, or that, in that group of some of the best quarterbacks, because he is look, yes, penalties and all that stuff too, but penalties only get you so far. You do have to, you have to make your throws, make your plays, and somehow he finds a way.
No, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm with you. We can put it on hold. Let's give it a couple more years before we make a final decision.
Yeah.
But right now it's Tom. You can't.
No, I'm sure Tom was just had a shitting grin on his face the entire time as he's calling that
he's
game.
Up in the booth like, oh yeah.
Somehow he found a way to win against Patrick Mahomes.
Dude, I can see Tom, if Patrick got close to beating Tom's Super Bowl, whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, that dude would come out of retirement he would just do it. I do want to give props to Jalen Hurts. I remember. What was that, 2 years ago when he lost the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
And we talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
We saw him do an interview, and a little kid was like, oh, how, what are you going to do? And he just said, you either win, when you lose, you need to learn. He had some little saying that he had. And I remember saying, dude, he was so mature about it.
Yeah.
And he was like, we're going to get back and all this stuff.
Yeah.
He did it.
And he did it.
And he got bounced out of Bama because of Tua.
Yep.
He goes to Oklahoma and does a great job. Gets in the Heisman talk.
Yeah.
And then he goes to Philly. People were writing him off in Philly. Dude, he's been to the Super Bowl twice in 3 years, and he freaking won. He has better stats. Comparing him and Patrick Mahomes, the 2 times they played in the Super Bowl, he crushes Patrick and all the stats.
Oh, really?
And they're tied 1-1.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Yeah.
Dude, give the guy
in the straight up.
Yeah, give the guy some
No,
love,
I've always been a Jalen Hurts fan since just to see his poise going back, like you said, all the way back to to Alabama when he essentially lost his position, and then also had to come back. Like that,
he didn't bitch out. Yeah,
no, he didn't. Like he very easily could have just hung his head, been bummed about like having lost his position. But Tua goes out, which I think it was a concussion at that point too. This guy's been having concussions for a long time. But he goes out, and then he comes in at half, and this was at Alabama, and just completely takes the game over. Puts the team on his back, as they say.
Yeah.
And from that, I was like, this guy just has something. He has like just the ability to just mentally like be dialed in,
mature
in these moments. He was mature in his loss against Kansas City the first go round, and all the while, and like I said at the last episode, like that guy doesn't need to shine. He wants everyone else's star to shine, and he's okay with like raising everyone else's brightness. And that's just for him to, but he's still in this game. He was no doubt he was shining.
Dude, hands down the MVP.
Oh
hands down.
He was shining for sure.
Only because you can't give it to every guy in the defense. That's the only reason why you got it. But no, man, he looked great. Super happy for him. He seems like a nice, humble guy. Obviously, we don't know him personally, but seems like a nice, like put together, down to earth like type dude.
Yeah.
So that makes you like happy. But and just to throw back to what you were talking about at Bama when Tua came in for him and stuff.
Right.
Can you imagine the kids these days?
Yeah.
And on the
man,
you're in the biggest stage. You're in the championship game.
Yeah.
And you get pulled.
Yeah.
And you still stand there on the sideline and root your teammates on.
Yeah. Dude, that takes like a level of just maturity and humbleness and also just like believing in himself that, I can do this, and then going out and doing it. I mean, gosh, man, it's
like
huge.
movie style stuff.
Oh, for sure, sure. And then also like kind of knowing his worth and saying like, hey, I'm going to be number one, and if it's not going to be here at Bama, I'll take my talents to Oklahoma. But yeah, the guy's incredible, and you can't be any more happy that he's got his Super Bowl championship.
Yeah,
that's huge. Yeah.
Let's talk about the Chiefs now.
Yeah.
Are the Chiefs ever going to make it back to the Super Bowl? Does this just take the wind out of the sails so hard, right? Patrick Mahomes has now been proven to be human. Kelsey's getting a little bit old. That O-line needs some serious help. Andy Reid's getting a little bit older.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know if they've jumped the shark just yet. Kind of like going back to the Patrick Mahomes, like the GOAT conversation. I think we can kind of put a pin in it for right now. And I think the same goes for the Chiefs. I don't think that they're not going to be the Chiefs next season. I still think that it's likely going to have to go through Kansas City, or if not, there's still like Patrick Mahomes is still young, and he's still
all those guys are Josh Allen. Joe Burrow, dude, all those guys,
Lamar Jackson,
dude, they are all young dudes. They got many years ahead of them.
I don't know that this loss is going to be the detrimental. It was a really bad loss. I don't know how you.
Well, that's also something to take in factor, right?
Yeah.
They didn't lose by a field goal; they flat out got embarrassed.
You know what? You remember when Ronda Rousey got her ass kicked?
Yeah,
and never bounced back from it.
I do.
I mean,
the head kick from Holly Holm. And she even predicted the head kick too. She's like, she's going to try to kick me in the head. I'm not going to let that happen.
Well, next time you better duck.
Yeah. Them the breaks because you did.
Breaks.
So let's keep that analogy going.
Right.
It's sometimes that loss, when it's such an ass beating, there's something that resets a person that they cannot move on from it.
If that happens to Patrick Mahomes, if he ends up catching a case of the I can't remember that.
The Ronda Rouseys? Sorry, Ronda. You were a great fighter.
Yeah, in her prime, she was amazing.
You were great. Sorry.
But no, if he catches that, just himself, if next year he can't shake that, if he gets into these tight games and he ends up giving it up, taking a sack, throwing a pick, Man, yeah, I could see that being just like something that sticks with you.
Because it's going to be the talk early on on the season.
He's going to be sitting with this the entire offseason.
No, but when the first couple games, right? If they don't win,
yeah,
dude, the shit is going to get poured on them.
I don't think that Patrick Mahomes has that kind of brain. I don't think that he has that I know, for lack of a better term, like the loser mentality, where it's just like he concedes to that. He's more mentally strong. That game, I think it just was, I don't know, maybe it was just it's a combination of everything, because of course it's not just Patrick Mahomes losing the game; it's a team effort.
No,
your offensive line's not blocking, the defense just playing out of their mind. So all these things are happening, and there's only so much that he can control. And when those things are happening, yes, it's like a snowball effect. But I wouldn't chalk it up to just Patrick Mahomes. So, having said that, I think that if I don't think that he's going to be in his own mind. I just don't see him as being that kind of player. I think he'll bounce back.
Okay, because when the Chiefs win, the first person that gets hailed as the greatest is Patrick Mahomes.
No, that's true.
So you want the glory, you're going to have to take the blame.
No, that's a good point. Yeah.
Right.
And I think that he's in his post-game interviews, he really did make it a point to call himself on it. A lot of the blame, he was just pointing at himself and just saying, it was me. Which I thought was, it's a good move for him to do. If he would have gone in there and just pointed fingers at his offensive line and, talked about how he couldn't, sit back in the pocket for more than 2 seconds, I think it would have been a bad look for him. But yeah, I mean, he took a lot of the blame that for the loss, at least.
Okay, let's move on to the Eagles. Where does this leave them? And can they repeat? Can they get back? I mean, it is a rough road to get there, right? You still got to go through the Lions. Rams are a little unsure of what's going on with them.
Dude, I mean,
right? Green Bay, there's still some good teams that they're going to have to get through. Yeah, they're going to have to get through to get there again.
Yeah.
However, I think their path back is way easier than the Chiefs' path back.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think that all those teams that you mentioned are definitely strong teams, but when you've got guys like Josh Allen,
Lamar Jackson,
Joe
Burrows of the world.
So I think that's like a definite, that's a tougher road. And I think Philadelphia they still have all the pieces in place. They've got some they have Cooper DeJean. Cooper DeJean is like a madman just going out there.
Hey, to the audience, if you haven't looked up Cooper DeJean's high school highlights, okay, basketball.
Oh, really?
Just throwing down on everybody.
No way.
Dude, that dude can dunk. He was a track star. He was a football star. Dude, he went to a small high school.
Yeah.
What
high school was it?
Somewhere in Iowa.
Yeah.
Some small school.
Dude, the pride of Iowa. Dude, the old Hawkeye.
Yeah, dude, he was amazing. But yeah, sorry. So keep going.
Yeah.
They have the pieces. Yes,
they still have the pieces in place. Yeah. They're gonna. I think that they'll be just fine. Yeah, I think if anything, if I'm gonna kind of give it to who's gonna go back, I would say for sure Philadelphia has the better opportunity or the better chance of doing it.
Dude, they've been there.
Saquon Barkley.
They've been there twice in 3 years.
Yeah,
it's not an common question to be like, well, shit, they'll probably do it again.
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
I think that they've got all the pieces there. I don't see that team, I don't see them losing any players or anything like that. I think that everyone knows just how good that team is and how good they can be for a long time.
Yeah.
It's very rare that you have all the pieces in place, where you have the prolific quarterback, where you have once in a lifetime or once in a generation running back, where you have the offensive line,
you can throw
wide receivers, young wide receivers, and on the defensive side to have that kind of dominance. I think that kind of attracts everyone. I wouldn't be surprised if Myles Garrett ends up in Philadelphia, just knowing that he can go and get himself a ring there. And you throw him in the mix too. You kidding me? That would be a powerhouse team. That would be like a once in a lifetime,
yikes. Yeah.
But I don't know. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they got an easier path to get back to the Super Bowl. Could they win it again? For sure.
Yeah.
They totally could.
Yeah.
I'm super impressed with their coaching staff.
Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, Sirianni. Like, dude, he's been in Philly for a couple of years, and he's been to the Super Bowl twice, and he's won one. Like, at one point, people wanted him out of town. He was yelling at fans. He was doing all this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But, dude, he has something that works there.
Yeah.
Whether it's unconventional or, dude, it works.
Yeah.
Like, and that guy needs to get a little bit more props, too.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think he's got his team prepared. And whether it's him and the GM or just the GM that's like pulling in the talent, I got to imagine he's, telling the GM what he needs, what pieces he needs to get this thing together.
They did a good job in the draft. They're getting guys in free agency. Like they're getting guys every way you can.
Yeah.
Which I think is great rather than, we just do in draft or we just go free agency.
Yeah.
Like them boys. them Cowboys who don't do anything.
No, man.
Yeah.
Well, it was an entertaining Super Bowl. Had a ton of fun. We watched it together. Yep. It was a great time. Had a couple cigars. Got some cigars from Cigar Spots.
Yeah. And do you know who else we watched it with?
Who's that?
Our next guest.
Oh, we got a special guest here. New segment.
You go for it.
All right, we got a new segment coming up. Toe to toe with Joe. Cutely named.
It is trivia, and our first guest who's taking me on is our old.
Well, should we announce it or should we?
Oh,
yeah. Let's save it for. We'll do a grand unveiling of our call-in guest that's going to go toe to toe with Joe in the next segment here.
Sounds good.
All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll come back with Toe to Toe with Joe with our surprise guest.
This episode is brought to you by Cigar Spots. Cigar Spots is located in the Circle of Orange.
Yeah, they have all your big brands like Fuente, Padron, Tatuaje, Ilusión. I mean, they've got pretty much every brand that you can imagine. My favorite, my go-to is always the Tatuaje brand. I like the specific 2012 Sumatra. That's my smoke. What do you got?
Yes, I've been going with the Tatuaje Red Label.
Yeah, Red Label's good. So they do at-home delivery. You can place your order online, and they'll deliver your cigars straight to your house. Or you can order for pickup. You can actually order online, and then they'll have it ready for you. You can just swing in, put some hazards on, and go and pick up your cigars and be done.
And don't forget the promo code.
Promo code Tony Joe when you check out, and get yourself 20% off your order. So visit cigarspots.com and use that promo code Tony Joe. All right, we are back from break, and we have a special guest on the phone. Welcome back to the show, Matt Big Dog Biagini. Welcome back, man.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
The first return guest to Reel in the Field.
Oh, that's true.
He was
I didn't even think of that.
He was the first guest that we had ever. That'll always go down in history. And now he's claiming a second title here, second return guest to come on the show. Well, welcome back. All right, so we're going to play a little game as discussed. This is going to be a Super Bowl related trivia game. This game, it's toe-to-toe with Joe, as we cleverly named it.
Let's do it.
All right, so I'm going to ask 10 questions. Call out your name if you think you know the answer. First one to get to 6 is going to win. So it's Super Bowl adjacent, I'll say. All right, starting off, question number 1. The city of brotherly love and the heart of America are both slogans for the Eagles and Chiefs, respectively. Which American drink company with Florida origins is credited with this iconic slogan? Is it in you?
Joe
Mitch.
Gatorade.
1 on the board for Joe.
Nice one.
All right, question number 2. New Orleans, Louisiana was this year's host city for the Super Bowl. What is the name of its famous annual festival known for parades and masquerade balls? Matt, Big Dog, what do you got?
We're going to go with Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras. Atta boy on the board.
Oh, gosh.
Put it on the board.
All right, question number 3. Super Bowl MVP and it was none other than Philadelphia QB Jalen Hurts. What is the title of this 2008 Academy Award-winning war movie starring Jeremy Renner that shares the quarterback's last name?
Matt.
Oh, Matt got in. Just beat you. All right, what do you got, Matt?
I got Hurt Locker.
Attaboy. Oh,
that was good. That was
quick
good.
on the draw.
Dude, these questions are very...
Do you got to think?
They're very lengthy.
You got to think. Listen, it's multi-layered.
Super Bowl adjacent for sure. That is
Super Bowl adjacent.
All right.
Most analysts would consider this Super Bowl a SmackDown. Which WWE legend main evented the first ever episode of SmackDown in 1999 against Triple H, where he delivered his signature stunner?
Joe.
Nice. What do you got?
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. Tying it up 2-2. All right, question number 5. The halftime show was all abuzz when Kendrick Lamar performed his Drake diss track, Not Like Us. This Is Us is the name of a TV drama which starred this former Elmo alum.
Joe.
What do you got?
Milo Ventimiglia.
Milo Ventimiglia.
The old perv. The old perv himself. What's the
Joe's
score?
nemesis.
What's the score?
All right, you're up by 1. 3. J. Mitch, you got 3. Big Dog, you got 2.
All right.
All right, question number 6. Cooper DeJean shined in Super Bowl 59 and had a 38-yard pick six. This Cooper is an Oscar-nominated actor who starred in movies such as Silver Linings Playbook, A Star is Born, and American Sniper. Matt, Big Dog.
Bradley Cooper.
Attaboy, Bradley Cooper.
Huge Eagles fan, that guy.
Oh, dude.
Huge Eagles fan.
Huge.
On the field. On the field. For the game.
Yeah, again, Super Bowl adjacent. All right, question number 7. The Kansas City Chiefs were aiming for a historic three-peat, but ultimately fell short. But there was one NBA coach who achieved that feat twice. Once with Matt.
Oh gosh. Phil. Phil.
Oh.
My guy Phil.
I'll take it from here.
All right.
Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson.
Oh, my God.
Big Dog, you were there. You were right there. Quick on the draw, too. All right. We got J. Mitch, you got 4. Big Dog, you got 3. And we're going into the championship round, question number 8. This was Super Bowl 59. In the year 1959, 2 new states were admitted to the U.S. Give me one of those 2 states. Matt.
Alaska?
Attaboy. Alaska and Hawaii were both added in 1959. Tied it up.
Go.
Jeez Louise. These questions all over the map.
All right, question number 9. Travis Kelce's girlfriend, Taylor Swift, was in attendance on Sunday. Are you? Is that
sorry.
you? Sorry.
Sorry. Side note.
Was that him ringing in?
I'm tempted to make you answer this question.
Come on. All right, here we go. Restart.
What notorious outlaw couple were involved in bank robberies, murders, and
Bonnie and Clyde.
Dude, nicely done, Bonnie and Clyde. To go up by 1. J. Mitch, you got 5. Big Dog, you got 4. J. Mitch can win it with this one here. Super Bowl Sunday is known for its snacks. This snack is a game day favorite and was allegedly invented in the Anchor Bar in Buffalo, New York in 1964.
Joe? I'm just going to guess. Buffalo Wings?
With the win,
Oh,
Buffalo Wings. Oh, Matt, Big Dog. It was a good effort.
It all went downhill after that Phil Jackson.
The Phil Jackson stumble.
I kept wanting to say Phil Collins. I don't know. I just got a little chilly in the air tonight. It's cold, bro.
Oh, dude, that was a good outing, though. Way to step up and go toe to toe with Joe.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, Big Dog. Thanks for calling in.
Big Dog, what did you think of the Super Bowl? Did you have fun?
I had a great time at the Super Bowl. I got to eat some good food, good friends. Great game. I enjoyed watching the Chiefs lose.
Yeah, it was good.
It's all good.
We didn't hit our parlay, but we got pretty close. We need Travis Kelce to get a touchdown, and we would have had it. But you know what? Money well spent. Glad that the Chiefs went on and got their asses handed to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, big dog. Well, thanks again for calling in and playing. We'll get you back for a third time, I'm sure, at some point.
Let's do it.
All right, sounds good.
All right, big dog.
All right, big dog. We'll see you.
All right, guys. See you later.
All right.
Bye.
Dude, nice win.
Thank you.
Took the dub.
Took the dub. I'll take the dub. It's all good. I'll take it.
First win, first dub on going toe to toe with Joe. I just like saying that word.
Let's do it, baby.
That title. All right, we're gonna take a break, and we're gonna come back with our prop bets, all of what we went through, and
little review.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back after this. All right, this episode is brought to you by Pro West Electrical. Pro West Electrical is owned by our friend, who we went to high school with, Anthony Sabasco. He's got over 15 years of electrical experience. His company does panel replacement, do recessed lighting. They actually did all the electrical and the recessed lighting in my house. They do switches, EV chargers, Ring doorbell. They'll change a light bulb in your house if you want them to, if you pay them to.
That's right. And you can visit their website, prowestelectrical.net, or you give them a call, 714-306-1570.
Pro West Electrical, powering up your world. All right, we are back from break. All right, J. Mitch. That was a fun segment there.
Yeah.
Let's do that more.
It's time to go over our prop bets.
Yes.
I think I did pretty well.
Yeah.
I think you might have got a couple, but I think I won, but I'm not positive. So let's review.
All right.
All right. We said the national anthem.
I blew that one.
Over or under was 1:43. You said under.
I thought he was going to just go easy, just get in, get out, do his thing. He zhuzhed it up a little bit.
Yeah, he threw a little on it.
Yeah, a little pizzazz.
Yeah, ended up at 207.
Jeez.
So I took the over, so I'll take that one.
Yep, that was all you.
All right, next one was the coin toss. We both said heads.
Tails never fails, except in this case, it's heads.
Yeah, you said that. You said whether the Chiefs are going to win it. I said Philly. It was tails, and KC won.
Yeah, half credit.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll give it to you because you were closer.
All right.
So you at least said Chiefs.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3 was the first commercial. Your 2 picks were a phone carrier.
I did, yeah, T-Mobile.
Or Buffalo Wild Wings. My pick was Bud Light or a movie trailer. It ended up being Dunkin' Donuts.
God, and you picked that
I
last
picked that last
year.
Yes.
That was, that was, yeah. You almost had that one.
Yeah, and then after that, it was a movie trailer. Eventually, there was Marvel and some other stuff. Bud Light threw some stuff out there, but
yeah.
So we're gonna go no points on that.
No points awarded.
Number 4 was first touchdown, and
dude, you called. Wait, hold on. You called both of those because it was the tush push and Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. So you said Philly, Saquon Barkley on a run. I said Philly, Jalen on a run on the tush push, and it was Jalen on the tush push. Dude, that was good. Yeah, the first pass looked like it was a touchdown.
Yeah, that one did.
He got down. He was short and stuff, but the second half, and I looked over at you, and I was like, "It's coming right now." Here
we all knew at that point what was going to happen.
Yeah. Last touchdown. My guess was, your guess was Patrick Mahomes on a scramble.
On a scramble.
I said, and the only reason why I said this because my son likes him is Xavier Worthy on a pass. And guess who ended up catching the last touchdown?
Was that the last touchdown?
Xavier Worthy.
Wow.
On a pass. He got the last touchdown.
You know, I thought when you said that, well, like, what do you know that I don't know? Well, like, what you kind of like, it was random. It was very random. And I remember thinking to myself, this guy's got something.
Dude, it was literally just because my son talks about it.
That's it.
That's it.
All right.
So here we go. MVP. I went Pat Mahomes. You went Saquon.
I was hedging my bets. And saying, okay, one of two things is going to happen. Either Kansas City is going to win, which I thought, like, you can't bet against them. But if they do win, I'll hedge my bets and just say, all right, Saquon Barkley will get MVP. Maybe one of them will get. I'll get a 50-50 on either of those.
Yeah, we're both wrong. Pat Mahomes was not the MVP. Saquon was not the MVP. It was Jalen Hurts.
Much deserved.
Yeah.
Do
you want some credit because you at least picked an Eagle guy?
I mean, if it comes down to a split, I'll take a 0.5.
I'll give you one of those. All right, here we go. Gatorade. I said blue. You said orange. It ended up being yellow.
Yeah, I think everyone lost their ass on that one.
Yeah, so no points for anybody on that one. Number 8, and I've been waiting to talk about this because whenever we talk about Taylor Swift on here,
there
seems to be a lot of comments in the comment section about my bald head and about what do I, don't have the right to talk about T Swift's bangs or talk about this or talk about that.
Who named you the fashionista?
Exactly. Well, we're going with T Swift, whatever we want to call her.
Yeah.
Sightings on TV. We talked about.
Oh man, her stock went down this year.
Oh, yeah.
Whoever was shorting Taylor Swift viewing, like, cleaned up in this situation.
Yeah, the guy in the booth or in the truck outside who was saying camera 1, camera 2. Not once did he want to go to her. Okay, so. Before the game, she got one. She got one pregame shot.
Yeah.
She got one during the game, and she got booed.
Yeah, she did. That was such a surprise.
Crazy.
I didn't see that coming. I thought she was still loved. I mean, I maybe it was because it was Philly fans that they're loud and and
Philly fans, or maybe people really are sick of.
I don't think so.
They're just sick of it.
I mean, you're in the stadium. You're not in Kansas City. You're not. Now, I really do think it was all Philly fans in there.
I saw a thing saying that Travis knew and found out that she got booed.
Oh, he's mad,
and it affected his play. Come on, bro. It's just your girlfriend. Calm down. So anyway, we set the total at 20.5.
Oh boy, were we
weren't even close. There was one pregame shot. There was one during. No postgame shots. However, I wanted her, or you said the sad shot.
Oh yes, yeah.
And I said that shit's gonna turn that shit into a meme.
Yeah,
there was a meme. There is a meme.
There is a meme
of her. The cartoon
it's
monkey
like a Muppet
that darts the eyes. Yeah. She has that.
I think we've said that to each other a few times.
So she has turned into a meme. So mission accomplished.
All right. I'll give you 0.5 credit for that.
Thank you.
If it was going to be a tie, I'll give you that.
Thank you, Philly, for turning her into a meme. Then is Kelsey going to propose? You said no. I said yes. And you got that right because he didn't.
He didn't, yeah.
Did you see him show up in his 70s?
Yeah, he was looking very it was very pimp-esque.
70s,
yeah.
Disco, little.
As to, I mean, you I think one of the episodes you had said that you just don't like the whole fashion show.
I don't.
To begin with.
I don't. Just show up and play.
In this case, I'm with you because I think his outfit just kind of sucked. I didn't think it was really all that great.
How dumb did he feel leaving the stadium wearing that?
Okay. First of all, you got to have a backup outfit. You got to have a win outfit and a loss outfit.
I don't think you did.
You can't go in there just loaded with one outfit.
That's how confident he was, baby.
Well, he looked stupid coming out of that stadium with a big old L and that ridiculous outfit.
Yeah. Well, so you got that one. That was a no.
Oh, yeah.
Winner, we both picked the Chiefs with our brains, but we wanted Philly with our hearts.
Listen, I'll take the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give us just a mental or a heart victory on that.
So you got a grand total of 2.
Wow.
And a half. I'm going to give you that Saquon one.
Yeah.
I got myself 1, 2, 3 and a half. So this year's winner of prop bets, Jamie.
You 2 for 2 today, winning 2 games.
3.5. Man, I'm on fire. I need to go to Vegas.
Dude, that was
on the craps table.
in the prop bet area, that was the best outcome that you could have hoped for.
3.5 out of 10.
Well, in that the prop bet outcome, yes, this is the best we could have gotten. 1, you didn't see Taylor Swift at all. 2, Patrick Mahomes, lost, and not that we're Patrick Mahomes haters, but we just didn't want to see another one. Yeah. And Jalen Hurts got his dub. Saquon Barkley got his Super Bowl. I mean, it was a great Sunday in my book.
It's a great day. It's a great day for everybody.
It was a great day
for America.
We had great food. We had some cigars, a little cornhole. It was good. We should have filmed that and put that up.
Yeah. The next thing they need to do is just move it to a Saturday.
I'm with you, man.
Just move it to a Saturday, or somehow I did hear. I'm not going to take credit for this because I heard someone else talking about this. Align the college football playoff with the NFL, right? Playoff wise, they're kind of close to each other.
Yeah, there's a little spillover,
a little bit, right? So somehow play it up to where those divisional games, okay, play those divisional games on Saturday, and then hit it at the end with a college national championship game, and just action pack that Saturday, or finagle it to where, you hit it and then the Super Bowl is landing on a Saturday type stuff too.
Yeah, I can't imagine the NFL or NCAA will want to encroach on any of their times, but separating it out and doing, just kind of having a Saturday of some national championship games, then followed up with some divisional games. Yeah. Something's got to be.
They want to drag everything out. They're not.
Or even keep everything as it is, because you can very easily do this. Keep everything as it is. Everybody kind of stay on their own path and just switch the Super Bowl to a Saturday. Dude, one day, move it back one day.
Saturday night would be freaking awesome.
A Saturday night game would be amazing. Yeah. Like all those times that we've had a Saturday NFL game in the evening, it's great. Love it.
It is.
You just have a great time. You can you enjoy it a little bit more because you know that you don't have to get up tomorrow and punch in. No, I'm with you.
Yeah, Roger Goodell, get on it. Don't worry about those international games. Let's worry about the Super Bowl.
Kidding. Well, it'll soon reach them, and people in Australia will be pissed that they have to go to a game on a Sunday, and they'll be asking for a Saturday game.
Dude, let's do it. That's the last missing piece, man. Just move to Saturday. That's all you got to do.
That's it. All right, well, the season is officially over. Super Bowl is done. Your Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions. It was a great season. I mean, a lot to look forward to next season. We'll keep going. I mean, it's not going to stop us. We'll keep chugging along here. But if anything happens from here till next week, we'll report on it, I guess. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it of this episode of Real in the Field. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.